Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to do some more yoga with me today. I really hope you take this time to really ground yourself. I know the weeks are feeling long, the days feel just jam-packed. I know my body's feeling it, and I just love this time that we spend together to really tune in and take that time for ourselves. Today I'm going to do a low impact wrist flow. Our wrists are getting a lot of work, not just the everyday life, but if you add on extra exercise and how much time we're on the computer, it just really starts to wear on them. So we're going to take care of our wrists today. So if you could join me at the top of your mat, we're going to do some active shoulder and neck movements to really dial in as we warm up our breath. So if you close your eyes, and with your inhale, you let your shoulders rise up towards your ears, and exhale, let them fall down. Inhale, rise those shoulders, and exhale, let everything go. Just keep moving with your breath, letting all the tension fall with the exhale. Next few, let's start to roll the shoulders back. Just really wake up that part of our body. Loosen any tension we might have there. That's where we hold our stress for most of us. And feel free to change directions. Last one. Now just let your shoulders wiggle them out a little bit, let them feel nice and relaxed. And now we're going to start to involve our neck. Inhale, swing your head up to the side. Exhale, chin comes down to your chest, right ear to right shoulder. Exhaling as your chin comes down, inhaling with your to the side. Now would be a great opportunity to close those lips, creating that fire with your breath in the back of your throat. Let's add in a full circle here, so chin to chest, right ear to right shoulder. Now coming the back of your head to the back of your neck, and repeating. And change directions. Taking one more complete circle. Let your head come back to neutral. Flutter those eyes open. Just step your feet out a bit wider than your hips. Let's grasp our hands behind our back. Take a nice big inhale as we pull our hands away from our back, and exhale, hinge at the hips, letting your upper body come towards the mat as close as they'll come to your legs. Inhale, rise back up, and exhale, fold over. Nice and slow here, moving with the breath. Focusing on hinging at the hips, keeping our backs nice and straight on the way down. Last one, nice big inhale, and exhale. Fold over, let's release those hands. Letting your upper body add more weight as you lower yourself as close to your legs as you can. Just hang here for a second, still breathing. Now if your feet aren't wide enough yet, just heel toe them to the outside of your mat. And We're just going to bend our knees and let our tailbone drop down towards the mat here. Letting our elbows push against our knees, hands can come to prayer. And just breathe here for a minute. Opening up those hips, tuning in. Don't be afraid to trust yourself to lean back on those heels. Balancing, scanning the body. And slowly lower yourself down so your butt rests on the mat. And we're just going to roll the top half of our body down. Your legs can stay straight up in the air. Let's flex those feet. Maybe flex your toes, making them nice and wide. And now really press your arms and hands down into the mat to help your lower body rise up. So your weight is on your shoulder blades and your arms, and then slowly let your legs fall down towards the ground. Maybe your legs are straight. Maybe this is as far as you go. Maybe your knees rest on the ground. Finding this unique spine stretch. And then bring your legs back up into the air. And lower them back down again. Taking one more stretch here. And then legs back up. And slowly roll your body back down. Keeping your legs straight, but bending those knees so the knees are just above the hips here. And let your arms go straight out in front of you. We're going to take a few dead bugs, just really warming up our core, warming up our body while still moving slowly and moving with the breath. So let's lower our left leg, our right leg and your left arm. Reach them far away, and with an exhale, bring them back up. And then you alternate. As you exhale to bring them back up, focus on bringing your lower tummy back to your spine. Keep scanning your body. Maybe we're heating up a little bit now. Testing our core. And we'll do one more on each side. Last one. Let's just hug those knees for a second into our chest. Releasing them. You can slowly roll yourself up and come over into a tabletop position. Nice and light on your wrists here. Just take a few mini circles, rotating those wrists in reverse direction. And I want you to place your hands together, and you're going to put the back side of your left hand on the mat, and you're going to rock forward and back, placing pressure at the base of where your palm meets your wrist. And now let's go side to side. Still breathing, tuned into that breath. And now let's rotate. So now our The back of our right hand is against the mat. Really loosening up those joints. Now let's go front and back. Now let's release our hands, letting our fingertips point back towards our knees, and again taking some mini circles while we stretch out our forearms. Let's rotate directions. Flip our hands back over. Let's take our knees out to the side just a bit so your tailbone can go back down onto your heels, and walk your hands out to come into a child's pose. Breathing in and out. Still scanning the body to see how it's feeling. Now notice how your palms, your fingers, and all the way to your elbows is nice and flat to the ground. We're going to keep this position as we rise up on our toes, lift our tailbone into the air, heading into a dolphin. So much like our downward facing dog, heels go as close to the mat as they can, but they don't have to be. Tailbone rising into the air, pushing the mat away. Now using our forearms as well as our hands. Let's bring our right foot up into the air, coming into a three-legged dolphin. Bend that knee, open up that hip. Maybe take a few ankle circles. And then place it back down. Taking the same stretch here on our left side as we rise. The left foot, opening that hip. And then let's place that back down. Your knees can come out wide, but back to our tailbone, coming back into a child's pose. Let's walk our hands over to the right, left fingertips reaching out just a bit farther than our right, leaning into that left side. Beautiful stretch here on the left side, down to the side of our armpit, down the back. Let's inhale, walk through center, and exhale, take the same stretch on the other side, right fingertips reaching out a bit further, leaning into that right side. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, walk the hands back closer to you, coming up to a tabletop. Take a few cat and cows here, inhaling as the head and tailbone come to the sky. And exhaling, rounding the back, tucking the tailbone. Last cat here, rounding the back, tucking the tailbone. Come to a neutral spine. Your weight's going to shift back onto your knees. We're going to let our right leg come forward here, taking a nice stretch here on our hip flexor. And then if it's available to you, you can roll off that left knee, grabbing it with your left hand, finding a nice quad stretch here as well. Staying nice and tall. You're going to release that foot if you're holding it. You're going to curl your back toes. You can push up into a low lunge. Hands come up. And then let's take a nice spine twist here. Left hand on the outside of your right knee. As inhale, hands come up. We're going to twist facing the back of the mat, still in a low lunge. And then take that same spine twist. Now your right hand is on the back or the outside of your left knee. Inhale, come up through center. Again, twisting to face the front of your mat. Staying in this low lunge. And then turning the back foot to come into a warrior sequence here. And then shifting our gaze up for a reverse warrior. Back hand can slide down the back leg. And then shift the weight to the front for a Stargazer. Hands can place back down on the mat. Knee comes down, right foot comes back. Weight comes back on our knees, so we can now bring our left foot out in front, coming into first, this hip flexor stretch. If you took it on the other side, let's try it here as well. Rolling off our right kneecap, taking that hamstring stretch on the right side. You might notice the right side is a little bit tighter than the left. Just really take note of these things as we flow through our sequences. Let's release that there, curling our toes so we can push up to the slow lunge. Hands come up. And then exhale, turn to the outside. So your right hand is on the outside of your left knee, twisting that spine. Let's inhale, hands come up. Turning to the back side of our mat. Left hand on the outside of our right knee. Twisting to that same side. Inhale, hands come up through center. Twisting again to the front. Take a moment in the slow lunge before we go into our warrior. Back foot's parallel to the back of the mat. Then inhale, come to a reverse warrior. Exhale, let that back hand slide down the back of your leg. And then shifting the weight forward to a Stargazer. Turn to face the center as you place your hands down on the mat as well as your right knee. So you can relieve that left foot. Let's go back into a child's pose for just a second. One more deep breath. Let's place those forearms and hands down into the mat, curling our toes, coming into another dolphin here. Pushing that tailbone back. Knees come down, hands walk closer to our knees. Let's swing our feet to the front of the mat, coming again onto our back. Nice and slow. And let's set ourselves up again for a dead bug. Hands straight in front of you. Knees bent at a 90 degrees. Knees over hips. Let's take our right foot, left leg, reaching away. And then exhale to bring it back to center. And reverse the sides. Might feel a little bit stronger now, maybe a little more tired, working that core. One more each side. And last one. Let's hug those knees. Maybe rock side to side. Just let your body down nice and gentle, coming into a comfortable position. Letting your feet slack to the side. Let's bring our palms up, but let them go nice and soft. Face goes soft, shoulders go soft. Relaxing every single bit of your body. Just start to tune into your breath. Keeping your mind here and now on our mat, on our breath. Thinking of the positives of our flow, the little victories. Let your breath go nice and soft. And slowly deepen that breath. Feel that positive energy that we just created seep into your palms. As you breathe it in, all that fresh oxygen flows through our bodies from the tips of our toes to the tops of our head. Take a few deep breaths together, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, in 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more in. 1, 2, 3, 4, and let everything out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's slowly wiggle our toes, wiggle our fingers. Bring life back into our body. Little wiggles, little movements. Let's inhale our hands, sweeping them on the floor above our heads. And inhaling, we're going to slowly roll up. And exhale, hands come to our sides. Inhale, sweep them again back above our heads. Exhale to our sides. Inhale, let's cross our legs. Come seated up nice and tall. Inhale, hands come up. Let's clasp them together, slicing our face in half with an exhale. Come to our heart center and finish our flow for the day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you took the time to take care of your mind, your body, your heart, and you continue using this positive energy throughout the rest of your weekend. Thank you so much, and I can't wait till next time. Namaste.